Um, blogging works for me in that, um, it's essentially a notebook. It's essentially a sketchbook. Um, it's but it's more like a catalog or an encyclopedia of things that I thought,
Mm-hmm.
things that I thought once, and so the upside is that it's taggable, it's searchable. The the things that I guess the elements of the genre of the blog that don't really impact me are um, I guess the publicness.
Mm-hmm.
Although now that I think about it, I mean, there's no reason for a blog to be public, right?
Right, you can do it. You can have a private blog.
Yeah, but doesn't that just seem kind of antithetical?
Yeah, well, because to me, like, a blog is porous. But, because wouldn't it just be like a journal or,
Like a diary.
Yeah. I mean, it would still be searchable and taggable and things like that. And I've actually kept I had a private blog for a while that nobody, I didn't give out to anybody.
Like
and
literally nobody?
It was literally
Wow.
nobody had access to it but me, because it was it was a emotional.
It was personal.
It was a personal thing, and I needed a space where I could write, where no one could see me writing it.
See, that's really interesting because I think that's one of the least. Let's see, the idea of ownership and the kind of the bubble of cloud computing, and so this goes back to the private blog.
Yeah.
Like, who owns that private blog?
Mm-hmm.
Because what you wrote is still out there.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you like manually deleted your blog, who knows?
Yeah.
Right? It's like your WoW character. It's always going to be out there somewhere, like whether you like it or not.
Right. Yeah.
And and that's actually something that I've thought about with regard to like my blog is if I'm writing and it's hosted by WordPress.com, like who owns that?
Yeah.
When you get down to brass tacks, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did you read the end user agreement that you signed?
Yeah, but how binding those things are, which rights can you sign away? That, I mean, until it's tested in court.
Yeah.
And so like Blizzard's end user license agreement and their terms of use. I mean, the case is Glider, right, which is the botting program, but the software that they use to detect illegal third-party applications, it notoriously also gets accessibility programs. So people with disabilities who are trying to play the game are, in violation of the terms of use. And like, what does that mean? Nothing good.
No.
Yeah. We're so far afield that I can't.
We are. We can get back to it.
For sure.
The whole point of this is, like I said, process and figuring out how to run an interview and to get but I'm interested in media production and in like sort of why people blog and how they imagine blogging. I mean, that's to front load my argument, which you're not supposed to do. You're supposed to ask.
Oh, jeez.
What does blogging mean to you?
So everything that comes after this is fruit of the poison tree.
Yeah. So sorry. Yeah, I've tainted my data. Thank you, data, by the way.
Well, if you just edit that out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's
like it never happened.
Exactly. But so how do you imagine your audience?
My audience, in as much as I think about it, which is very, very little, is generally people that I know face to face, and very occasionally people will find my blog by clicking through a comment that I made on somebody else's blog, but I'm not a prolific commenter. Generally, I think I'm suspicious of blogging as a conversational medium.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know how fruitful a complex conversation can be in that medium. I think that surface level stuff is all where it's at. So audience, very small, very limited, and for the most part, an afterthought. It's more a function of, I guess I never really even considered making the blog private, even though it's just a sketchbook. Kind of a clearinghouse of things that I thought, so that I'll remember that I once thought them. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does.